What if the greatest threat to your reality wasn't the world around you, but your own mind? Your brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons constantly working together to create everything you experience. Your memories, your emotions, your personality, your sense of reality itself. Most of the time, this system works so smoothly that you never think about it. But when certain parts of the brain malfunction, the results can be terrifying. Today, we're exploring 8 of the strangest and most disturbing mental disorders ever documented. Disorders that can make you feel disconnected from yourself, convince you that your loved ones are imposters, or even make you believe you're already dead. Let's begin. Number 8. Depersonalization disorder. Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling completely disconnected from yourself. You look in the mirror, the face staring back looks familiar. You recognize it, you know it's yours. But emotionally, it feels like you're looking at a stranger. This is what many people with depersonalization disorder experience. It's often described as feeling trapped inside your own body while watching life happen from a distance. People describe feeling like they're living inside a movie. Their voice sounds strange, their emotions feel muted. Even simple actions like walking, eating, or talking can feel unreal. The terrifying part is that sufferers usually know something is wrong. They understand reality hasn't changed, yet they cannot shake the feeling that something is deeply off. Many people first experience these symptoms after extreme stress, panic attacks, trauma, or long periods of anxiety. For some, the feeling lasts minutes. For others, it can last months or even years. Imagine spending years feeling disconnected from your own existence, knowing you're alive, but never truly feeling it. Number 7. Body dysmorphic disorder. Most people have things they dislike about their appearance. Maybe it's their nose, their height, their skin, but body dysmorphic disorder takes that insecurity and turns it into an obsession. A person becomes convinced that a specific flaw makes them unattractive, ugly, or unacceptable. The flaw may be tiny, or it may not exist at all, but their brain magnifies it until it becomes impossible to ignore. Some people spend hours staring into mirrors every day. Others avoid mirrors entirely. They constantly compare themselves to others. They avoid photographs. They cancel social events. Some undergo multiple cosmetic surgeries only to remain unhappy afterward. The problem isn't the body, the problem is the way the brain interprets it. No amount of reassurance feels convincing, no compliment feels believable, because the disorder has already rewritten the person's perception. Imagine looking at yourself every day and seeing a completely different person than everyone else sees. That's the reality for millions of people. Number 6. Maladaptive daydreaming. Everyone daydreams, but what if your imagination became more appealing than reality itself? Maladaptive daydreaming is a condition where people become deeply absorbed in elaborate fantasy world. These aren't random thoughts. They're often incredibly detailed stories, complete with characters, relationships, entire universes. Some people spend hours every day lost inside these imaginary worlds. They pace around rooms, listen to music, act out scenes, and continue stories that may have existed in their minds for years. At first, it feels harmless, even enjoyable, but eventually, reality begins to suffer. School becomes harder, work performance declines, relationships weaken, because real life can no longer compete with the excitement of fantasy. The brain begins treating imagination as a preferred destination, and the more time spent there, the harder it becomes to return. Imagine missing opportunities, friendships, and experiences because a fictional world feels safer than the real one. That's the trap maladaptive daydreaming creates. Number 5. Cotard Syndrome. Now we're entering truly bizarre territory. Cotard Syndrome is one of the rarest and strangest disorders ever recorded. It causes people to believe they're dead, not metaphorically, literally. Some become convinced their organs no longer function. Others believe their blood has disappeared. Some insist they no longer exist at all. Even when doctors show them evidence, even when tests prove they're alive, the belief remains. Imagine feeling your heartbeat, seeing yourself breathe, and still believing you're a corpse. One documented patient reportedly believed she had died and requested to be taken to a cemetery because she felt she belonged among the dead. Scientists believe the disorder may involve damage to brain systems responsible for emotional recognition and self-awareness. The result is a terrifying disconnect between what a person sees and what they believe. Reality remains visible, but it no longer feels true. Number 4, Stockholm Syndrome. Human survival can produce some surprising psychological reactions. One of the strangest is Stockholm Syndrome. This occurs when victims develop emotional bonds with the people harming or controlling them. At first glance, it seems impossible. Why would someone grow attached to their captor? The answer lies in survival. When people are trapped in dangerous situations, the brain desperately searches for safety. Even small acts of kindness from an abuser can begin to feel meaningful. A meal, a conversation, a moment of compassion. Over time, the victim may start viewing the abuser as a protector rather than a threat. It's not weakness. It's not stupidity. It's the brain adapting to survive overwhelming fear. This phenomenon has appeared in hostage situations, abusive relationships, cults, and other environments where victims feel powerless. The same survival mechanism that helps humans endure trauma can sometimes blur the line between safety and danger, and that's what makes Stockholm Syndrome so unsettling. Number 3, Capgras Syndrome. Imagine your mother walks into the room. She looks exactly like your mother. She sounds exactly like your mother. She remembers everything your mother would remember, but you're convinced she's an imposter. This is Capgras Syndrome, one of the most disturbing disorders known to psychology. People with this condition recognize familiar faces, but they no longer experience the emotional connection normally associated with them. The face is recognized, the emotional signal is missing, and the brain attempts to explain the mismatch. The conclusion? This person isn't really who they claim to be. Patients may believe loved ones have been replaced by clones, robots, aliens, or identical strangers. Imagine living in a world where everyone you love suddenly feels fake, a world where your family appears identical to before, yet your brain insists they're not real. The loneliness and confusion can be overwhelming because every relationship becomes infected with doubt. Number 2, sleep paralysis. Almost everyone has experienced a nightmare, but sleep paralysis can feel far worse. You wake up suddenly, your eyes open, you can see your room clearly, the furniture, the walls, the ceiling, everything appears normal. Then you try to move. Nothing happens, your arms won't respond, your legs won't respond, you can't even call for help. And then many people notice something else, a presence, a shadow, a figure standing nearby. Some hear whispers, others hear footsteps, some feel pressure pushing down on their chest. The experience feels completely real because part of the brain is awake while another part remains stuck in a dreamlike state. Your body is temporarily paralyzed, your imagination is still active, and the combination can create terrifying hallucinations. For centuries, people believed these encounters were supernatural, demons, ghosts, dark spirits. Today, we understand the science behind them, but knowing the explanation doesn't make the experience any less frightening when it happens. Number 1, alien hand syndrome. Imagine reaching for your phone, but your hand suddenly grabs something else, not because you chose to, because it decided to. Alien hand syndrome is a rare neurological condition where a person's hand appears to act independently of their conscious intentions. The hand may open doors, move objects, push things away, or interfere with actions performed by the other hand. Some patients describe feeling like the hand belongs to someone else entirely. Imagine trying to button your shirt while one hand keeps unbuttoning it. Imagine picking something up only for your own hand to throw it away. The limb still belongs to you, but the feeling of control disappears. Scientists believe the condition can occur after certain brain injuries or surgeries that disrupt communication between different parts of the brain. Alien hand syndrome reminds us of something deeply unsettling. The feeling that we're fully in control of our bodies may be more fragile than we think, because when the brain's communication systems break down, even your own hand can begin to feel like a stranger. Final thoughts. The human brain is the most complex structure known to exist. Everything you see, everything you feel, everything you believe depends on a network of cells weighing only a few pounds. And when even a small part of that system stops working correctly, reality itself can begin to change. Some people lose their connection to themselves, others lose trust in the people they love, and some become trapped between imagination and reality. These disorders remind us that the line between a normal mind and a struggling one is often much thinner than we realize. Which of these disorders shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating explorations.